this is the Blackshadowgod, and I'm bringing you a little tutorial on factions. If you don't know, factions are a add-on for Minecraft, which allow you to build bases, claim land, and basically have war. It's a good thing for PvP and other such things. What I really want to talk to you about today is how to create a faction base that is not easily found and will not be easily raided. The first step, I think, is picking a location where it's not heavily traveled. And as you're about to see here, I'm going to spin around. This is the front door to my faction base. And if I walk on press plate here, you go out, and as you can see, I am under the ocean. And it is a pretty deep spot under the ocean. Now, I've built my entrance here into the side of the hill so it would be camouflaged. And I've also made it so no light comes out of the door, because light underwater will give you away. Another thing I did was, since you're claiming a large amount of land if you want to build a large faction base, you end up claiming a lot of land with the faction land claiming feature. So what I did was I want to give people who are coming to my faction base or passing through the illusion that they found what I have. So I hide the real faction base, but then in a very plain and easy to see scenario, I set up a mock base, which is what you're looking at now. Now this is just a simple structure with the correct tools and a chest with a little bit of stuff inside of it. Nothing important, nothing you're going to care about if you lose. You just want to make it like someone has tried to build stuff here. Yay for chunk errors. So I just set this up real quick. Takes a couple minutes, because you don't want to spend a lot of time on this, because ultimately it's just for show. I created this so that when you come into my faction area, you're going to say, oh, that's their faction base, it's pathetic, and just move right on, whatever. And you won't stick around and look for my base. So when you're hiding a faction base, it's very important to hide it in a way that people won't look for it. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to go back to my faction home, which sadly on this server takes a couple seconds. And I'll take you guys on a quick tour of it. Now this starts out as under the ocean, and then it moves to underground. This is the entranceway, and this is still under construction, but it gives you a good idea of what you can do to have an impressive faction base without making yourself easily accessible and targetable by people who want to rob you or break your stuff. Now this, me and a couple buddies whipped this up in 2 days. There's extensive mines. There's one of my buddies, Jowowie, right there. There's extensive mines. There's some little secret passages. We whipped this up real quickly, and we have had this base for 2 weeks now, and nobody has found it. And as you can see, since we were building this, we didn't have a good place to put chests. So you can see all the chests are right here, and there's stuff in them that would be worth taking that nobody's come in here, nobody's found it, nobody's taken it. Now, one thing you have to consider also when you're building a faction base is, what about people who are cheating, who are using mods like X-Ray? X-Ray, there's really not that much you can do about it. If someone has that, they're probably going to find your base. The only kind of base you can really hide against someone who's using X-Ray is and it's extremely difficult and dangerous to build, but you can actually go down and find a big lava pool and build your base underneath it. It's difficult to explain, but you have to move a block and then put a block and then move another block and build build a cavern underneath it. They're generally very narrow, not there's no good airspace to where you can jump, things like that. But when someone's X-raying down, I don't have a good example on me, but when someone's X-raying down, things like chests, torches, cobblestone, glass, they stick out like a sore thumb. So this base, while pretty, in my opinion anyway, not going to be safe against someone who's X-raying. However, if you're not X-raying, you will have a very difficult time finding most faction bases. You steer clear of things like putting them way up in the air, because someone will see that and they'll just build the tower up and go steal all your stuff. So avoid that. Avoid putting them on the surface. Avoid putting them in obvious places like ravines, because people like to find ravines and plunder them for all the stuff, the mineral content that's there. So the most important thing when you're building a faction base is trick them. Try to trick them. Try to go, okay, well, here's something for you guys to find easily, so that you don't stick around to find the hard thing. Now, if you do this correctly, you should have a fairly successful faction. And don't forget, raid as much as you can. Because if you're taking it from somebody else, you don't have to farm it yourself. And that's a good time. Alright, well, this has been the Blackshadowgod. I'm going to let you guys get back to the gaming world now. Thanks for checking out my video. Please hit the like button if you like it. Subscribe, comment. I'll be putting out more content in the future, so hope you all enjoy it. And this has been the Blackshadowgod, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.